The book lovers eagerly wait for the book fairs or exhibitions to select books of their interest. They visit many stalls and spend hours in book selection. In academic libraries too, teaching and library staff take a lot of pains to select books for their library. These selected books then have to undergo various processes before they reach the hands of the readers. We will tell you the story of a book from its selection until it is ready for circulation. But first of all, let us concentrate on how a book is selected.
Do you know how a book is selected? There are several factors that influence this decision. The foremost is the objective of the library. Therefore, the book selection policy should be based on the objectives of the library. We have several tools which help us in this process. One of them is Cumulative Book Index. We have a copy here, which is a monthly publication. This is Cumulative Book Index, published monthly from the USA. This is considered as one of the best tools for selecting books published in English language. The arrangement is alphabetical, author, title and subject in one sequence. For example, Athenian Williams, a title, The Athenian Republic. Then we have Athens, which is a subject heading. This publication is cumulated 6 monthly, yearly, and 5 yearly. Thus it serves for current and retrospective selection. There's another publication called ABPR, which stands for American Book Publishing Record. This is a weekly publication listing the books published in America. The American Book Publishing Record is cumulated annually. The version you see here is an annual accumulation. This is cumulated 5 yearly also, and the 5 yearly cumulated version is commonly known as BPR. The listing is subject-wise, arranged by Dewey Decimal Classification. It is widely used in United States. It is a popular tool not only for book selection, but for the ready-made class numbers and catalog entries, which are given according to AACR 2. This is British Book News. This is a monthly publication listing all the British titles. It has some advantages like giving book reviews and also articles of professional interest. What you see here is Times Literary Supplement. It is a very highly rated selection tool because of the high quality of its reviews and judicious articles. British National Bibliography is a highly consulted tool for British titles. It is arranged by Dewey numbers. It is a weekly publication, cumulated quarterly, yearly, and 5 yearly. Like BPR, it can be used by any section of a library for taking the class numbers and catalog entries. Like ABPR, this can be used by a technical department of a library for classification and cataloging purposes. So far we have talked about American and British tools. We do not have comparable tools for Indian publications. However, some attempts have been made, and we shall be looking at some of the Indian tools. We have here Indian Book Industry. Indian Book Industry is a monthly publication about Indian books in English. It is a very informative journal as it gives news about the book trade book fairs, and exhibitions. We have another publication called Indian Books in Print, of which we have got 3 volumes here. The 3 volumes deal with the author, the title, and the subject. The subject guide can be used for retrospective selection of books published in English. This is a very comprehensive publication and is arranged by broad DE numbers. Library of Congress Accession List, South Asia. This publication covers some of the most important Indian books. The main advantage here is that it not only covers books in English, but it covers books in other Indian languages as well. Therefore, it can act as a useful tool for selecting Indian books.
Apart from these book selection tools, there are some learned journals which usually have a section on book reviews. Such reviews are very well documented and highly reliable, but they take a long time to appear in the journals after the publishing of the book and so lose their value. Then we also have a host of publishers and booksellers' catalogs and announcement leaflets. Though they are intended mainly to market their publications, they are used by the librarians to get up-to-date information for selecting books. There are several other ways of selecting books. The booksellers bring their latest books for approval. It is the easiest method of selection, but a poor way of building a good collection in the library. Booksellers try to push the books which they have and not which the library wants. If you exhaust your grant from the books brought on approval, there is a high risk of missing some of the good books. Books are also selected by visiting book fairs and exhibitions. In international book fairs, publishers from all over the world exhibit their books. National book fairs are represented by Indian publishers and booksellers. You may be able to select a representative collection of books from the book fair if the books pertaining to all the subjects of your user's choice are exhibited in it. Books may also be selected by directly visiting some of the well-known bookshops who stock latest books on various subjects. Often, academic and library staff spend time in these bookshops for a fair selection. In colleges, universities, or special libraries, the teaching staff or the scientists recommend books. These are the lists sent by the staff members for acquisition of books. In order to recapitulate the various methods of selecting books, we will now look at this chart. By whatever method the books have been selected, they are brought to the library for placing orders. In the order section, these book selection tools are used to verify all the bibliographical details like the correct name of the author, title, publisher, edition, year of publication, and price. The best tools to check for English language books are Whitaker's Books in Print, Indian Books in Print, and Books in Print. They are highly reliable and the information is authentic. There may be sometimes variation of price in case the publisher has revised the rates. Once you have given all the details, you have to check whether the book is already available in the library. This is done by checking in the public catalogs, books on order, or books recently accessioned and not yet processed. Eliminate the books which are available and prepare a book order card. What is this book order card? For every book that you order, a card is to be prepared either under author or title, as the case may be. And in the order card, mark the order number, name of the vendor, and the date of the order. This is to be immediately filed in the order card tray in the alphabetical order of authors or titles. The amount of the order is entered against the grant for the subject so as to keep the order within the budgeted grants. However, you can exceed the amount by 25% to 30%, as usually all the books ordered are not received. Next step is transmitting the order. The orders are prepared subject-wise to get the invoices subject-wise. The orders are typed and dispatched. Now you should be ready to receive the books. Ordered books are received by different modes. Books are directly delivered by the booksellers with their invoices. Check the books and invoices and acknowledge the receipt of books. These bills and books are sent for accessioning. Many books are received by post. For such books, keep the outer wrapper until you make sure from whom you have received the books. The invoices for these books might have already been received, in which case, tally them and send to the accessioning section or retain the books until you receive the invoices. Books are also received by lorry transport or through passenger train. In such cases, you have to regularly check at the railway or transport office so as to avoid payment or damages. Books received by this mode also are to be checked with invoices and then forwarded to the accessioning section. The order section also maintains an invoice register of all the invoices received by it. The invoices and books are sent to the accessioning section. Before accessioning the books, all books are checked whether they are in good condition. There are cases where the binding may be defective, pages missing, some pages may be blank, inside book may be different from outside jacket. Uncut pages are to be cut. So, the first duty of the accessioning section is to make sure that the book is in a good condition. Verified books are then passed on for accessioning. Remove the order card from the order tray and ensure that only ordered books have been received. The books are arranged according to the sequence in the invoice. Now, the books are accessioned. Enter the accession number on the back of the title page and any other designated page. Now certify on the back of the invoice that books are received in good condition and entered in the accession register on a particular page number, and the bill is passed on for payment of a particular amount. Make an entry of the amount of the invoice against the progressive account of the subject concerned. Now, transfer the books to the technical section and invoices to the account section. All the books received in the technical section have to undergo the same process. The books are stamped with the library ownership stamp on the title page and few designated places without defacing the printed matter. All the plates are to be stamped also. Paste the book pocket, due date slip, and the book label uniformly in all the books. It is very essential that all the book labels should be pasted on the spine of the books at a particular height, failing which they would look awkward on the shelves later. At the Indira Gandhi National Open University, the new books are arranged subject-wise and classified in the technical section using 20th edition of Dewey Decimal Classification Scheme. Subject headings are assigned from the Library of Congress subject heading list and written on the last page of the book. The next stage is cataloging the books. The professional staff of the library assign the book number following the cutter's table, and the books are catalogued. Some libraries prepare handwritten cards, some get them typed. Here, we catalog the books through computer. We use the CDS ISIS software. It is available free of cost from UNESCO. Shelf list card is prepared for each book. This card is meant for internal use. The subject-wise fresh arrival list is prepared with the help of the shelf list cards. Usually, these lists are cyclo-styled and dispatched to the library patrons. Some libraries type their fresh arrival list. At Indira Gandhi National Open University, we prepare it on computer. The new books are then displayed for a week and then shelved in the book rack. The catalogue cards are filed in the public catalogues. This also is the responsibility of the technical section. In a dictionary catalogue, all the cards are arranged in alphabetical order. In classified catalogue, there are two sequences of the cards. The main entries are arranged by call number and added entries are arranged by alphabetical order. Filing of the cards have to be done meticulously to trace them easily. Now, the books are ready for circulation. They can be issued to library members. Those who want to become the members have to fill in a library membership card. Registration record of the members can be maintained on cards. Some libraries have provision for pasting photograph on the card. The usual information about the members are name, designation, address. Every member is also assigned a registration number. Some libraries maintain the registration record in ledger form like this. If your library is following the Brown method for circulation of books, the member is to be provided with as many borrower's tickets that he is eligible for under the rules of your library. The member then signs the membership card acknowledging the borrower's cards and also expressing himself that he will abide by the rules of the library. This is the issue counter, which is the hub of the activity. The readers come in contact with the counter staff, so the counter staff should be knowledgeable, experienced, and polite. Under the Brown system, issue method is simple and mechanical, which can be handled even by non-professionals. But one must be very vigilant because a simple mistake may cause several problems. In this library, the books are prepared for the Brown charging system. There is a book card inserted in the book pocket. On the book card, the call number, accession number, name of the author, and the title of the book are given. On the due date slip, same information is repeated. Every reader is provided with the borrower's ticket having a pocket. When reader intends to borrow a book, he presents one of the tickets and the book he would like to borrow. The counter clerk removes the book card and inserts the same in the borrower's ticket and marks the due date label with the date when the book has to be returned. The transaction is over and the borrower can now take the book for home reading. Cards of the books so issued in a day are collected at the closing time of the library and are arranged by their call number. These are then filed in the issue tray according to the date of return. The procedure of returning the book is also simple. The counter clerk notes the due date marked on the date slip and traces the book card which is filed by call number in the tray marked by the date. If the books are not returned in time, reminders are sent for the overdue books. The counter staff collects fine for the late return of the books. The book card and the borrower's ticket are now removed from the tray. The borrower's ticket is returned to the reader and the book card is inserted in the book pocket. The book goes back to the shelf. The issue counter has one more responsibility of book reservation. Sometimes a book required by a reader may be under issue. In such a case, the reader can fill in a slip for the book reservation with the request to intimate her when the book is returned to the library. Again, the operation is simple. The counter clerk checks the issue tray with the call numbers of the book, and when he comes across the book, he inserts the demand slip with the name of the reader who has now requisitioned the book. When the book is returned to the library, he would immediately know that there is demand for the book. Instead of sending such a book to the stacks, he would reserve the book and intimate the reader. We have seen the procedures involved in book selection and circulation. Now let's recapitulate the whole process by looking at the chart.